it's day 5. I can hardly believe it. This morning I'm in Santillana del Mar in the Hotel Los Angeles. About to go down and have some breakfast in a moment, and then it will be time to get on the road to Comillas, which is, I believe, around 22 kilometres today. Yeah, a little bit longer than yesterday. Really just need to get on the road, really. I think weather's going to be better than yesterday, fingers crossed. So looking forward to another day walking on the Camino de Santiago. Just spotted some pictures of the famous Altamira cave here in the dining room with the prehistoric bison paintings. The cave isn't very far from here, although it's not on my walk, and you can't actually visit the original cave anymore as it's protected, but there is an amazing replica cave that you can visit. Before I set off this morning, I just wanted to say an incredible well done to my feet. Because it's day 5, I've got one blister, which isn't too bad, but just amazed really at how they've managed so far. I don't know whether using this Vaseline every day has helped. I've been rubbing that into my feet before I set off, to stop friction and so on. I've read that obviously by doing that it reduces the amount of friction and can reduce blisters. So I can't say what the alternative is because I haven't tried it without. So it's not a fair test. However, I'm pleased with how it's been so far. And like I was saying the other day, I don't have fancy walking shoes, literally just my Peter Storm walking boots. No fancy Hoka trail runners, nothing like that. No fancy merino wool socks, just my standard cotton socks. 2 pairs of socks though to prevent rubbing, and my feet are okay. So there you go. I think it just, so far, I mean, this is only day 5, and some people would be doing this Camino for a lot longer. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if I need all of that extra gear to do this. I think you can just get on the road with what you have, as long as it's sensible, and give it a go anyway. I'm just leaving the Hotel Los Angeles now to get onto the Camino. I feel like a proper pilgrim this morning, actually getting out before the sun comes up. A little bit earlier today, having got here earlier last night. Although whether I'd had enough sleep, I don't know, because for some reason I thought I was in Comillas this morning, but that's actually where I'm going today. So on to the town. Not raining this morning, so we can go through the picturesque route and see some of that without the rain, and probably won't be too busy yet because the tour buses haven't arrived. So show you a bit of the medieval centre as we go. I've just seen Santillana so empty. It's car park, so normally chock-a-block. I was hoping to get some bread for the route before I set off, but the supermarket I visited yesterday is actually closed, which is a bit annoying, but anyway, I'll pick that up as I go. I'm sure there'll be some panaderias where I can just get something for a sandwich later, just in case time is of the essence again and I don't have a lot of time to stop. Can vouch for the fact that these calles adoquinadas, these cobbled streets, are not great for pilgrims' feet. Didn't think that one through, did they, when they brought the Camino de Santiago through here? Anyway, the ancient route, I shouldn't complain, at least I'm not a medieval pilgrim walking in bare feet. There we go. Heading off to the Centro Histórico now, which let's just see a sign for, and that's where the Camino route goes to Santillana. Wow. Santillana with nobody, apart from what looks like a pilgrim. Could be in. amazing how much more you can appreciate places when you can see the buildings. Often this place is so full of tourists from wall to wall that it's difficult to see anything. Over the buildings now, bathing them all in golden light. Nice start to the day. Less concern about the walking conditions from yesterday. Plaza Mayor. Standard building renovations and cranes. Looks like most of the people visiting here at the moment are day trippers on coaches that haven't actually arrived yet. So it's quite a privilege to see it so quiet. See why that's called Posada Salana. Gets the rising sun every morning. Amazing little garden here. Obviously built for pilgrims crossing Casa Fina. An arrow with the Buen Camino in the right direction. So had I taken that alternative route yesterday, the one which was a bit windier and a bit longer, this is the way I would have come into Santillana past the collegiate. I chose to go the slightly shorter way along the main road. I think the road would have been less busy, but it was a shorter route I took. So anyway, nice to see this part of it this morning. Buen camino. First pilgrim I've seen this morning on the route. As I'm now back on the official route, I may see him more today. Just he was listening to his music. Did actually bring my MP3 player with me as well, so I could listen to music. Didn't want to use my phone because obviously that would drain the battery I need for filming, communication, maps, etc. But as much as it's nice listening to the music while you're walking, you miss things like the church bells just ringing then, which is lovely for 9 o'clock. There are so many sights and smells to take in, and sounds. All the birds singing over there. Santo Toribio, I think that's towards the Picos. I recognise that sign. 93 kilometres. Not for today, anyway. Road goes off to the left now. So over the days we moved from thyme to fennel. This morning it's mint, wild mint I can smell growing here. I see Unquera on that sign, which is where I'm going tomorrow. 12 hours. 48 kilometres is that? 49.2 kilometres. Yeah, that's not for today. Around half of that today, so that's good. And next to it, a sign here to Museo de Altamira. That's the lovely caves I was talking about this morning in the breakfast room. If you're staying here for some time and you can afford a day or two off the Camino, I definitely recommend visiting that. But you must book in advance. It gets very, very busy. I'm not sure the opening times at this time of year either, probably reduced being October, so things to bear in mind. It's a bit far away, but I just spotted a buzzard. It's caught something. Don't know if you can see it there in the grass. It had its talons out, just landed over there. Rich pickings here, I imagine. Starlings above. Should be keeping my distance after my experience the other day. Hola, cabra. Hola, ¿qué tal? Comiendo. Una oveja también. Oh, another goat back there too. Oh, and some chickens. I'm not sure if you can see the mountains behind me. Just really, really beautiful here. This is the village of Oreña, I believe. Something I've seen quite a lot here are these houses with all the tiles on the outside. Not seen one with green tiles yet, like this one. Kind of like a 70s bathroom decor, but on the outside of your house. Just spotted a gorgeous field of alpacas. Oh my goodness, look at these. Gorgeous. Or llamas, alpacas. Can't remember how you tell the difference. Hola, buenas. Aren't they beautiful? And a loose one as well. These look quite young. It must be an alpaca farm. And then there's this one on its own. Either it's escaped, or perhaps it's a boy they're keeping separate. It's hard to tell, really. Doesn't look like it's going far from its friends, anyway. And I think it might just have escaped. Anyway. Hola, vacas. ¿Qué tal? So, Cobreces. That's on my route, I think. 1 hour 35, Unquera, 11 hours 40, that's for tomorrow. It's telling me I should take the middle route down here. I spotted a little cat hiding in the grass there. Hola, gatito. Oh, it's a kitten. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Gatito. Tiny. pretty. That's an old one. 9th century. No, 9th century. My Roman numerals now. Yeah, 9th century, isn't it? Siglo IX. Incredible. It's had a bit of restoration since then, I imagine. So that sign says 9th century, and this sign says it's 11th century. So anyway, it's old. Whether it's 9th or 11th, I'm not sure. Someone offering their garden services here. I think this may be a little beyond my catchment area, so fair enough. Found a really nice place to stop for have a tonic share and fill up my water before I carry on to the next village. It amused me in the bar that they had the 3 different words for toilets: baños, lavabos, y aseos, just in case you're in any doubt of where you're going. All in Spanish though. So I think this is Cabo Redondo that I'm leaving now. I've been walking for about 2 hours. About a third of the way I've done, something like that. Maybe slightly less for today. But so far so good. Lovely walk. There we go. There's albergue here as well. Cabo Redondo. Solo peregrinos. Only for pilgrims here. And they've got the shells outside here as well. It's a really pretty looking albergue. So I just had a little chat with the pilgrim behind me. He was in front of me. We're walking slightly different paces. No doubt I'll see her again later when I take another wrong turn. She did actually whistle to me as I went off across another road, got distracted by the church in the distance that I was taking the picture of. She said she's come from Latvia. I imagine she's probably going to Comillas tonight as well. So although I'm walking at a slightly faster pace, no doubt after I've done an extra 10 kilometres down the wrong path, I'll meet up with her again later anyway. Off the main road, which is great. Along a little track again. Much preferred route. And where all the traffic is, don't have to worry quite so much about stopping, making sure you're on the right side of the road, etc. So good, all good, weather's good. On to the next town. Yes, I'm going past the church. So let's see, let me just a sec. La Iglesia de Sigüenza, the church of Sigüenza, 18th century. Represents the best example of the Baroque, colonial Baroque style in the region. Built by Don Juan Antonio Tagliabracho Pasqua. That's quite a name, isn't it? Long name. Emigrated from Lima, to Lima to find his fortune. His dream was to build a chapel in his native village. In 1737, he sent his brother Francisco Cora de Torañanes. He sent his brother the plans and the methods of construction. Las cosas marchaban despacio. Things took time. Letters were late. And casi 2 años entre ida y vuelta. 2 years between going and return. The dinero no llegaba, the money didn't arrive with regularity. Although the church began in 1743 and was finished in 1768. And the work cost, la obra costó unos 50,000 pesos, 50,000 pesos. Something else interesting coming up here. An ancient gateway to something. This little yellow sign here gives a bit of information as well. Another 17th century building built for the marriage of the family Gomez de Carandia. So it's actually the building behind as well, which can't really see now because I've gone past it, but also 17th century. Interesting. Quite nice to have a building like that built for your marriage, wouldn't it? Incredible how much history these small villages have, really. A few new buildings here and there, but many of them haven't been touched for centuries. And here the path splits, so I'm just going to check now which direction I am going in. 1.4 kilometres to Comillas, 20 minutes, 12.7 kilometres to Comillas, 3 hours 20, I think it's about 12ish now, so with a stop maybe get there around 4. I think this is the first time I've actually seen a path above the main road which looks like it's been specifically built for pilgrims. Everything else has been main road or dirt track. Or a sidewalk like this in a city, but not like this out here in the countryside. Maybe this part of the route is more well trodden, with possibly Spanish day trips that come out from Comillas maybe. I've heard that quite a lot of people do just day or weekend walks on the Camino as well, rather than doing the whole thing. 'Service going on in there. Church was really full actually. People outside, lots of people inside. Yeah, so I didn't want to disturb and go right in there, but looks fairly modern on the inside. Just had a little water fill up at this fountain. This is handy before I continue on the route. So a bit of an unfortunate moment coming out of Comillas, and I started not feeling very well. I think it might be something I've eaten. Felt a bit dodgy. I sat down here at the side of the road in this kind of field. A couple of pilgrims came past who I'd seen earlier. Eric from California, who asked if I was okay and whether I needed to go anywhere, and took my number for an emergency if if I needed to call, which was kind. I'm feeling a little bit better now. But yeah, I mean, this whole Camino's been really good so far, but obviously there is that vulnerability when you're on your own and you don't feel good. Wondering whether I might need to change my plans to get to Comillas tonight. At the moment I feel alright. I've just had a couple of energy tablets which I think work a little bit. I've been drinking plenty and eating plenty, so I don't think it's that. I really do think it must be something I'd eaten last night, because yeah, my tummy does feel really dodgy. So I'm going to take it easy, start moving again in a minute, and if I have to adjust my plans, then so be it. I'm up again, walking slowly. Don't feel great, but not nearly as bad as I did half an hour ago. A bit of a pain, because obviously then you don't think about whether you're going to make it to your next destination or whether you need to call it quits there and then, but I don't want to do that quite yet, so keep going. Fountain there. It's going to fill up my water as it's about half empty. I don't think it's too much for this Comillas.
Yeah,
Just spotted a praying mantis climbing the wall. That's cool. You might sunbathe. I've just seen some graffiti that describes how I'm feeling at the moment. Managed to come slightly off the route. Had to charge my phone with a power bank, so I was trying to save it. So annoyingly I'm coming in on the main road, but at least I know I'm going into Comillas. Now I need to find where I'm staying. You can see the famous university building up there on the hill. So the place I've actually booked for tonight is this albergue, Albergue La Magia del Camino. But because I'm not feeling too good and it's a kind of communal room, I'm thinking I might either see if I can get a private room here, which I don't think they have, to be honest, or possibly just give that room to somebody else. I have to pay for it anyway now because it's very late in the day, but it was 20 quid, so give it to somebody else and maybe find a private room where I can rest a bit, as I'm not feeling too good. albergue non macchina del Camino was very helpful. I said basically I'm happy to pay for my room, and you can kind of gift it to someone else, another pilgrim. But he said if someone else arrives, that's fine, he won't charge me. And just a couple of minutes later, a lady came by just looking for a room. They had been full. I think someone she met was staying there, so she's taken my room. Very grateful, so that's great. All sorted. I've booked somewhere else, which is just down here. Quite a bit more expensive, but still feel happier about that. Not feeling too good. And it looks like it's on the Camino out the city tomorrow, so if I do feel better and I can continue, then looks like I'm en route for that. So I'm just walking to that area now. The central Comillas is quite pretty. I haven't really had a lot of opportunity to look at it. You can probably see those buildings behind me, because just getting somewhere to have a rest now is my my priority. Maybe if I feel better either later tonight or tomorrow, I can come and have another proper look. But yeah, the hotel I booked is literally just up here, and Comillas, a little bit like Santillana del Mar, is a real tourist hub. I can see there's massive groups of tour groups and so on as I've walked through, and also up here. So lucky to get another room really. But I'm going to go to the hotel now and check in. Yeah, and catch up again when I've done that. So it was only a £2 difference between 3-star and a 4-star here. As I'm not feeling well, I thought, well, go for the 4-star as well. I haven't stayed in a 4-star yet. Might regret it with the bank balance later, but yeah, I'm going to carry on this walk. I need to get a good night's rest tonight, and hopefully feel better. So a little bit of luxury this evening after what's been pretty much a pretty challenging day.